Alright, Parchot товарищ. My name is Kalman. Welcome to that Russian gamer guy. Oh my gosh, no. Welcome to Datura place. What's up? Yuki boy, how are you? Good to see you. And today we're playing this game, the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition. I don't know what this game is at all. I only know that it was originally released in 2013, and like a couple days ago they released this Ultra Deluxe Edition. So let's go ahead and check it out. Let me see. Let me start it. This is my first time starting it, so I have no idea what's gonna happen. Written by Davey Redden? Okay. Yuki boy, I'm great. What about you? I'm great too. Of course I'm great. When I'm streaming, I'm always great. Please enter the current time. It's 9:54. 9. But it's not PM. Girl, it's not PM. Do you mean PM? Oh, here we go. 9. Bitch. 9. 54. 55. Let's put 55. I'm gonna be in a little future. 9:55 a.m. That's early today. Gee. Alright. It's so silent right now. Hang on. Okay, I'll hang on. For what? Breakfast? Wait. Oh. Before we get started, can I just say something? Okay. Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you've booted up the game. I never started it before. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12:00 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. Oh my gosh, I love it. I don't even have any way of knowing if the time you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Okay. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. Boy, that's so freaking cool. But the thing is that I never started the game before. Hello? Oh yeah, you're playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Settings. Let's quickly check the settings. Mouse sensitivity, main volume, music volume, sound effects. Do we have resolution? That's kinda a lot. I don't know. Should I just leave it like this? Fuck it. I'll leave it like this back. But what about subtitles? Are they gonna be here? Hopefully they will be here. Anyways, look, I like have this thing, this monitor, and everything that I'm doing is actually happening in the monitor. It's so fucking crazy. Anyways, let's begin the game. Here we go. Ever the end is never the end.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Hi, Stanley.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Okay, 427.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
What a job!
Although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
That's a weird ass
And then one day,
job.
something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, well guys, this is how I feel when y'all watching the stream but no one is in the chat. Okay, let's get out. What is the sound? I don't know, let's get out. I hope it's not a scary game because...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yeah, there's no one. Fuck it, give me the damn bucket. I'm just gonna go. Let's go home. Fuck it. Yuki Boy says, I want such a tough job too. I know, right? That's pretty interesting though. I mean, there could be like some social experiment or something. Maybe it's for government. That's a nasty office. Anyways, let's leave. Let's go home, because why not?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, bitch. I never go left. I go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
So what?
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes, I did. I fucking never go left. Fuck it.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Wait, drinking what? Drinking cola? Let's buy some cola. I cannot buy anything.
Yeah. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
The girl, I don't go to the left. Fuck it. When I press a left mouse button, it makes the sound like I'm pressing a keyboard key. You hear it? No, I'm not gonna go left. Fuck it.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
It's alright. I don't follow fucked up directions. What if you say commit? Kalman, go and commit. No, I won't. All the doors are closing behind me. It's alright. I'm opening new ones.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Wait.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
Hey, girl!
I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Told you it was a girl. I'm the master of my fate.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself.
Okay, what do you want?
To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
My mama? My girlfriend? Who? Oh, girl. What's up with this door? No, it's spooky. Jesus. Hi.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her.
Okay.
If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Allô, c'est moi, tu n'es pas là? Allô? Beyoncé? Huh? Jesus.
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
Where?
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
Yes.
Who want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Oh my gosh, this thing is spooky. Are you gonna jump in my face?
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh my, good morning, employee 427. Press N on your keyboard. Why would I do that? Jesus. I fucking don't like doing what they asked me to do. Ugh.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
I hate it.
Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Fuck you. I'm not gonna press this shit. I'm not gonna press this shit. Let me go. Let me go, girl. I'm out. I quit. I quit the fucking job. Blah. I cannot press anything else. I don't think I can proceed. I have to press R, guys. Fuck it.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures.
Oh, yeah.
From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Oh my god. Press O to watch TV. I don't watch TV. Never ever in my life.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Oh yeah, I feel you, my man. I'd love this to happen, for everyone to disappear and I'm the only man in the world. Yo, pretty cool, pretty cool. Press U to spend time with the boys. What kind of boys? I like you a lot. Putting on my music while I'm watching them boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Please press K to prepare dinner. Oi, I hate doing what they ask me to do. I want to make my own decisions. This game is making me mad.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Please press Y to tell your kids a story. I don't have kids. What are you talking about? Hadrick, what's up? Good to see you. How are you today? We just started, so that's what's up. Welcome. It's pretty exciting, this game.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Please press U to tell your wife you love her. I don't have a wife.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Oh my gosh, that kind of reminds me of What Remains of Edith Finch and the story of that guy at the fish factory. Please press O to go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
I don't mind being an observer of life. Please press C to be at work in the morning. I will press it.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Please press H to question nothing. Question mom and question dad. Question good and question bad. Mimiga Village, hi. Good to see you. How you
I
been?
suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried...
Wait, what? Wait, what? What is happening? What is this game? Oh my god! Hadrick, what time is it for you? Finally Friday. Hey, yo! I'm excited too.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We were already here before. Well, let's go to the meeting room. I won't go to the meeting room.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, I fucking won't go to the left.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Wait, do you mean I'm gonna die again?
Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, I will.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive-aggressively on coworker. Oh my gosh, what the heck is this? To do synergize core value expenditures. Shift global market parade. Monetize free to play. Yes, monetize free to play. Love it. Mimiga Village. I like this game. His game. Okay. Have you seen it before?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Oh yeah, I'm back on track, sweetheart. Left or right?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Wait. Oh my gosh, we're going to hell. Is this hell?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
That's what I'm
And for that
asking.
matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
Wake up,
He
wake
felt the full
up.
weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me
Hajvik,
wake
it's
up,
not a
he thought to
horror
himself.
game, I think.
I'm
But
through with
yeah,
this
it's something
dream.
abstraction
I wish it
type.
to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want.
It's gonna start from
I
the
want my
beginning.
apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Wow, what the fuck? Oh, can we proceed now?
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
What is happening
This is
here?
the story of a woman named Mariela.
Wait, what?
Mariela woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Did she call the police at least? We died again. Oh my god. This is the parking is Stanley Madness ending. Oh, there are multiple endings. How many
All of his
endings?
co-workers were gone.
Look, we
What could
started
it
from
mean?
the beginning.
Stanley
I
decided
think
to
I
go to the
should
meeting
just
room. Perhaps he had
fucking
simply missed
follow
a
the
memo.
directions of the voice. I hate it that I have to turn in the left room, but
When Stanley
what can I
came to a
say?
set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, I'm here. I went to the door on the left. Just like
Yet
you
there was
wanted.
not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh wow, his executive bathroom. No, I won't go. I'll follow the voice. That looks like freaking a compendium from Dead by
Stepping into his
Daylight.
manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Two, 8, 4, 5.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Chamber of Secrets. Hey! This game is so weird though, guys. Is it a horror game? I really hope there won't be any jump scares and stuff. I'm so not ready for it. Please, not
Descending
from the
deeper
beginning.
into the
Yes.
building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh my. What is this, boiler
Stanley
room?
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
But this one says escape. Maybe I should just fucking cape? I'm going to escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh, okay, I won't go. The door is closed probably already. No, I'll go. I'm not afraid to die. Not afraid. Getting older every day. Not afraid.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I'm okay with death. Oh my. Is this hell? Please don't jump in my face. Oh shoot, I fucking did not die.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
No.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture.
No.
He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he
won't
resigned
die.
and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
In the shallow. In the shallow.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant,
Still
Stanley
alive.
was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Still alive. Oh. Oh. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh boy. Oh boy, what's up with this game? It's so doomed. I feel so doomed playing this game. I love this picture more than whatever is hanging there. Let's go to Mother Nature. Mother Nature's dying. Freedom ending. This was the very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. Oh. Well, I never played the regular game, so I don't know. Hey, what happened? Countdown desk. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down, with freedom above the count below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed the two endings together instead. This is the freedom ending as it existed in the beta. Wow, it's like Museum of Countdown Room, an early version of the Countdown Room. Oh my god, this is so interesting. This is like the whole game. Zending. This screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Zending levers. These levers were originally a part of the Zending. The players would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color they had pulled. Can I do that? The game is now paused. Begin the game again. Resume options. Escape menu. For a long time we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few people realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Oh my god. Zending model. The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the fourth version of the ending, and we thought it was complete but decided to abandon and change it again shortly before lunch. That's a great museum. Oh my god. Hello? Okay. The apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Interesting. So many endings. The cargo lift. The second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like a place where cargo was actually stored. Okay. The office. The lounge. An early version of the lounge. That's so cool. Money! What is this? Ultra Deluxe announcements. In December 2018, we announced the Ultra Deluxe version of the Stanley Parable The Game Awards. These are screenshots of the videos we made for the announcement and the game's delay. Alright. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Well, I can make a fun of people who like shooters. I don't like shooters. Maintenance room. An early version of the maintenance room. That's where I was today. Okay, so how do I proceed to the end? I'm here, but that's it. Nice. I found some cool ending, I think, that tells you everything. How do we escape? Exit. Here we go. Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down with freedom above the countdown below. Countdown room. Wait, I already checked it. Stanley Parable.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
I wanna be free.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game.
Should I? Should I? Oh my gosh, guys, I don't know what's happening. Should I follow the rules? I mean, I think the only way to progress through the game, if you can progress through the game, is to follow the rules. She said quit to menu. Should I do that or not? I don't know.
As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Oh shit. Oh shit. Alright, here we go. We're starting from the beginning. Okay.
What could it mean?
So,
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I will just follow the rules. I will just follow the path that
Stanley
they want
came
me
to a
to
set
take,
of two
and
open
that's
doors.
it.
He entered the door on his left.
I did. No one's in the meeting room. We
Yet
know
there
that.
was not a single person here either.
For sure, let's go to the
Feeling
boss.
a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
This one is closed, unfortunately. Oh shit, there's another room. Boy, I want to investigate. What's up? Can I call the elevator? Where we gonna go? Why am I doing this? Let's go to heaven. I trade it all for a stairway to heaven. Yes. Mimica Village, just your choice only. Wait. What are you talking about? Mimica Village, since you know the game, do you know if I should just follow the directions of the narrator? Because it looks like we're doing some crazy stuff and I have no idea what's up. Oh, I came back. Alright, I'll just follow the rules. I want to see.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
Oh shit.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
So it's 2845. Here we go.
Incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Alright. Just following the rules. I want to see where it takes us. It looks interesting. The game looks super weird, but wow, you always can try to follow. Alright, I'll do it because we're dying all the time and starting from the beginning, but I want to see
Stanley walked straight ahead through
where
the
it
large
leads
door
us.
that read Mind Control Facility.
I don't want to be controlled.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I don't know. That looks like Star Wars. What do I do? What do I press?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Yeah, I mean, there are no employees.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
So where we go now?
He would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Where the controls are. Mimiga Village. You played the original version in 2013. Was it super different, or it's the same as this one? Facility power. Let's turn it off. My control idle, awaiting input. Wish I been a teen
And when at last he
idol.
found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Jimmy, what's up? I think we've been like for 40 minutes, streaming for 40 minutes, but this is a weird game. I don't really understand what's happening. So, system power, off or on? Let's turn it on. Why not?
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Oh shit,
After
I
they kept
did.
you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
No.
Control?
Power
Stanley,
and
I applaud
control.
your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave.
I can still
If
press
you want
it.
to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
What?
In the event
I'm
that this
committing.
machine is
Come on,
activated
come on,
without
commit.
proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating
leave.
the
Let's
entire
fucking leave.
complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires.
I
Oh, this
understand.
is much better than what I had
What?
in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
Girl, can we...
You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
No, I want
A
to
moment of
leave.
solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm
Five.
in a good mood.
Where's
You're
Five?
gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
Four.
Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing.
I
Watching
pressed
you try to make
4.
sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better.
I pressed
My
1,
goodness,
so what?
Only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going
Where's
or what
the
you're supposed to be
button?
doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you
Oh
have
my
any
god, what
idea
the
what your
fuck do I
purpose in this
do?
place
Come
is?
on, leave.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble.
You're making fun
This is
of
not
me,
a challenge.
bitch.
It's a
Stop
tragedy.
it.
You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Oh,
Take a look at the
shoot!
clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle.
Oh,
30 seconds
shoot!
until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will
Open
you
the
cling desperately to your
fucking
frail
door!
life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second
Oh,
of your
fuck
inevitable
me!
life from the moment we
My
fall
head
in
hurts.
until the
It's
moment
fucking
I say,
scary. Don't
"Happily
wanna
ever after."
die. Bye. The fuck? That's intense. Oh my god. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. This is fucking intense. One more time. I'm gonna follow the rules of the narrator. That's it. I won't turn off the track, the
All of his
original track.
co-workers were gone.
Jimmy,
What
well,
could it
glad to
mean?
be able to see you
Stanley
live for
decided to go
once.
to the meeting
I'm
room.
glad you're
Perhaps he had
here,
simply missed a
finally.
memo.
It's a weird game though. We've been playing for almost an hour and
When
I have no
Stanley
idea
came to
what
a
is
set of two
happening.
open doors,
Like so many
he entered the
different
door on his
endings, but
left.
what is it all about? Like, is there a
Yet there was not a
real
single
ending?
person here either.
I'm just
Feeling
gonna
a wave
follow
of disbelief,
what they want me to
Stanley
do.
decided to go up to his... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yes, office. The code, I do remember the code. 2485.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere.
Wait,
Could he-
what's the
Stanley
code?
was in such a
Oh.
rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy.
I'm
so
sorry.
he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
Are you kidding me? This game is so funny. Bitch, let me go. Narrator, let
Feeling
me go.
soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Me and my boyfriend will love watching your videos when we eat. Hey, are you eating right now? What time is it for you? Say hi. I mean, you probably both are watching. Hi. Bon appetit. Woo, Jesus H. Christ. I fucking don't know what's happening here. Wow,
Stanley
but
walked
this
straight
ending
ahead through
was
the large door that read
bomb.
Mind
It was
Control
crazy.
Facility.
I will press off now, and I will keep doing what the narrator says.
The
I don't
want
want to be
on
bad.
An enormous room
I don't want to
packed
die
with
no
television
more.
Screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley
Look,
thought to
I'm
himself.
your father.
Did he have the strength to find out?
Spoiler alert. Okay.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the
427,
number
right?
of an employee
What's my
in the
number?
building. Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many
What's my
individuals
number?
reduced to images
Wanna
on a
see the
screen.
camera?
And Stanley, one of them,
I want to commit.
eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Freedom means nothing, they say. That's bullshit.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his
Jesus'
boring job?
control.
That his emotions had
Jesus,
been manipulated to
show
accept
me
it
the-
blindly?
Let's go, let's go.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he
In the
truly
original,
spent
there
his
is no
entire
way to
life
stop detonation,
utterly
just
blind
big
to the
narrator's
world?
prank. Is there a way to stop the detonation now?
But here was the proof.
'Cause I couldn't
the
figure
heart
it
of the
out.
operation.
It's all right, though.
Controls labeled with
We won't
emotions.
start it again.
Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it
I'll turn
monitored
it
and
off,
commanded
all right.
from this very
They
place.
want me to turn it
and
off,
as the
so
cold
let's do
reality
it.
of his past began to sink in, Stanley
see.
decided...
Is it a fucking ending again? I want to proceed through the story. I want to see what's happening next. Please.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Please no.
Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
Wait, is this
Stanley
a fucking
stepped
end?
through the open door.
Okay, I will. If you say so, my man.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This
Nice
was exactly
view,
the way,
though.
right now, that things were meant to happen.
I don't mind living in
And
this place.
Stanley was happy.
Beautiful, beautiful attractions in this beautiful. If you happy, bitch, why would we continue? Happy, that's it. Happiness is the end. Never the end. Oh my gosh, I just said happiness is the end, and then this line says never the end, never the end, never the end. Wow, oh, I think that
A
was...
soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
That's a new line. I never heard it before. Is it open? Looks like a slightly enhanced version of this game. Alright, but how... What is the correct ending? What should I do? I mean, I'm so confused. New content? Bitch, let's go.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Good question. I'm excited. Let's see. Hey, bitch, that's really a roller coaster.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
I never played it though.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a
cute.
reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Yes,
The
ultra
Stanley Parable
violence.
Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Me too. Fucking excited. Let's go.
Okay,
Mimic a
so
Village.
far
Have you
it's an
seen it?
adventure. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Oh, gee. Let's go then.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Fuck yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Yes, please. Let's see. New content.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Boy, this is interesting. 20. I really hope nobody's gonna jump in my face. I'm just so not prepared for a jump scare. Plus, the sound is so loud. Maybe I should turn it off a little. So what? That's it? Okay. Well,
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else.
Jimmy,
Let's see it.
Jimmy, have you played the regular one? Because this is all new for me. I've never ever played this game before. Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley?
That's what I'm
This is what
saying.
happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm
Say
looking
it.
right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Oh. It did it automatically. Jimmy, I've seen the gameplay of the first game with multiple YouTubers. Yes. Alright. Interesting. The doors are closing again. Wait. But this is not how it was before.
Stanley!
What?
Come over here! In the vent! I
Was-
want to show you something!
What? Boy, I don't want to die.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
The fuck is this?
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Zone, sweet zone.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
I think I would appreciate it all much more if I actually played the original game. Unfortunately, I did not, but I'm still enjoying. It's so cool how they make fun of all this stuff. Smile because it happened. I'm fucking smiling because I'm just enjoying the game. A trip down memory line. $1. Demonstration Stanley Parable. Demo. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. Oh my. Nominee. It has a lot of awards. Los Angeles Times. Stanley Parable deals tough choices. This is the ending that I got in the beginning today. There was no jump scares in the original version, Mimiga Village says. Alright.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the
Oh
Stanley Parable.
shit, that's
like
probably...
the stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing.
I don't know what's
It's
Persona
no games
3.
at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Only 1 hour? It's okay, let's... Guys, let's go see what's in the basement. Oh, it's closed. We cannot. Begin the game. Person of the year. Stanley Parable. Okay. A car. In my car, in the back seat. I'm a star in the back. Oh, that's a real life edition, huh? The box and some stuff. Like a tie. Interesting. Your number is 29. A bicycle.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
The door's open. Wait, I wanna go. How do I move them boxes? Gee.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years.
Trash.
I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here.
Trash!
Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Ah! This is so funny! Oh my gosh, this is so funny!
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Wow. I love the humor. That's so fucking funny. Alright, let's proceed. Steam reviews. Oh my god.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. To be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. But dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
It was released originally in 2013, so it's been 9 years since the original release. It's interesting. Another bad review. I wonder if these are real people, like they do have their nicknames in the fucking game and they put a bad review. So freaking shady, I love it.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Skip button.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time.
Bitch, what are you talking about? I can talk like this too. Let's talk about some bullshit. Blah, 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 blah. Girls like boys, boys like boys. What's happening?
Until
Hey, yo.
245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible
Anyways,
to manufacture.
let's skip
it went on for nearly 10,000
I'm just
years.
curious,
Until just
is it
yesterday,
gonna
here and
loop
there, forward and
at
back,
some
and never a
point,
moment before
or
lunchtime?
we're gonna be
Can't
listening
be.
to this
It's
forever?
the only thing there is. How
Do you
many
want me
billions
guys
left
to skip
until
it,
so
or
much
should
more
we
than
continue
forever
listening?
Ago, which is why I say... the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is,
Just say
so
things
on
over
and so
and
forth,
over.
until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah 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 blah
Okay,
blah,
yeah.
blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction
Wait, does
therefore
he
becomes
say the
impossible
same
to
stuff?
manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story and the choices.
Okay,
or
fuck
what
it,
have
let's go.
you. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I
Shut
had to
up!
describe it... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will
I
say about
said
this.
shut
and whether
up.
they'll edit. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about.
Shut
I
up.
know, it's shocking. Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room.
It's
Stanley,
a
the door is gone. It's
2:42.
completely gone. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just
Shut up.
how it... Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I
The
have
flower's
had time
dead.
to think about you and about us and about everything we...
No! Let's go! The time stopped. Hi! He died! He fucking died! Oh my god. Are we gonna be in silence from now on? Oh shit, what is this now? What is this noise? Oh my god. Oh, the alarm.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain.
Shut up! Hi. What's happening? There's some water leaking. Oh, here it is. Look, it's leaking. Cindy! The TV is leaking. Hopefully there won't be Sadako.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is
Shut
never the end, is 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 never.
Oh shoot! We're gonna go underwater. Going swimmingly. Mercury Prisma Power! Ah! Fucking hell, it's probably already like the end of the world or something. Bitch, let's skip to till the new generation. Fucking new nation, new race. Aliens, yes! Oh, it's morning. Hi, aliens. Take me to church. I worship like a dog at the shrine of your lass. I tell you my sins so you can sharpen your knife. Offer me that deathless dead, a good girl. Let me give you my life. Hey, dinosaurs. I'm ready for them dinosaurs. Wow, that's pretty cool, huh? Oh. Oh, we're fucked. We are fucked now. Jimmy! Aliens are not coming because we are buried, I think. Aliens are here. Fuck yeah! I always dreamed of meeting them aliens. Or at least going to some other planet. Oh shh. My fucking god, can I still skip? That's it, I cannot skip no more. Alright, this is the new world. But where do I go? I need to eat. At least I can pee anywhere. To take out à côté. Tous mes idéaux de mots abîmés. Je cherche une âme qui pourra m'aider. Je suis d'une génération désenchantée. Désenchantée.
you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct?
Yeah.
Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
No problem. Girl, where's the delivery? 4:30.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Oh.
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No, 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 no. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Okay, but somehow I cannot see my achievements though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 30, 40, 50, 60, 17, 18, 19, 20.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417. No good boys ever go to heaven. 417. Where's 417? Oh, wait, what is this door? Oh. 417. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Ooh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Бля, ну come on, хорош. 437. Where's 437? Oh. He said how much? 1, 2, 3.
Excellent.
4.
I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh shit.
Now, back to door number 437.
Are you guys sure there's gonna be no achievement? 37 he said, right?
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Where is it?
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Is he messing with
Okay,
me?
now go climb on employee 419's desk.
How do I climb up? That's fucking it. I cannot climb on it.
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416. I wanna see new content. No. Where's 416? Where's 416? Bitch, there's no 416. I fucking don't care. We're gonna go and see new content. $416 is not happening. Wait, this is 416, no? Oh shoot. Fuck it. I don't know. Let's go see new content.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign.
I did.
Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
416. He messed with me. That's it. Trying to bullshit me. Trying to make me mad. Oh my. Into the unknown. Into the unknown. Into the unknown. Into the unknown.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be.
No, it's
the
quite
original
cute.
Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh shit.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Wait. Is this just the announcement, or this is Stanley
Calling it
Parable
the Stanley
2?
Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
What's the SP? Win-win. The color red. Nostalgic. Oh my god, this is so exciting. But is this the second part, or it's Deluxe
Now, to be
edition?
clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
New features. New content. Press wall. Well, alright. Oh shoot, look at this, guys.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
What kind of new features? No screenshots. I'm gonna take a screenshot. I fucking don't care. I took a screenshot. So what? Jump circle, infinite hold, the button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. I don't see it. Free new easy achievement. I can't believe that's simple. Get it here. Free achievement, get yours now. It just works. Get yours now.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
He's messing with us, guys. Oh my god. Wait, so this is the announcement of Stanley Parable 2? Wow, now I'm super excited because... Wow. I mean, oh my gosh. It all started from like, what the fuck is happening to like, yes, let's do it.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
I don't know. Let's see, the circle, the jumping circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Stop messing with us. Collectibles. Let's go get them collectibles. Oh, shoot.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable.
Oh, wow. We got one. Collect them all.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Infinite hole. Let's check it out. Interesting. No screenshots.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Get help! Get well someday!
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is. Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on. Come now, you've already made your choice. It's true that you chose badly, but we all have to move on from our mistakes.
Why he's messing with me? Stop doing this! There's one balloon stuck. I need to help it. Merch. What is this? Reassurance bucket. Where should we go next? This one? Reassurance button.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting.
Let me
You
hold
may
it.
even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be?
Yeah,
Yes,
let me hold
the
it.
bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
The fuck, mommy? Hey, I don't wanna hold it. Don't wanna hold it, boy.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Jimmy says try the QR code of the merch, But where's the QR code? Oh, QR code. Let's see. Hey, it brings you to official website of the Stanley Parable 2. That's interesting. I love it. Jesus Christ. Okay, but what do I do with the fucking buckets? Hear your name in the game. The button that says the name.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Kinda. But I'm not sure if they will be able to say my name. My name is Calvin, darling. Tira, tira-dee. Oh. Cracking in my voice. What is happening? Oh wait, what happened? Here we go. Okay. So the button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. What happened? What happened to the game? Jesus Christ. Is it working? Wait.
And it says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so,
Yeah.
then please step forward and press the button.
Do you guys, can you
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you! Do it again! Do it again!
do you guys hear stuff? Because something happened with the game.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Should
Whoa
we
there,
go?
cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Jimmy, 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 take me to the park. Buy me Coca-Cola, kiss me in the dark. How do I get out of this place now? I hear everything Yuki Boy says. Alright, perfect. Because for a second, why the game stopped. We can exit. But why am I with this bucket now? This is so weird. That closed. Let's see. What we missed.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would... An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the... well, we'll figure that out later.
Wait, did I miss something? Did I miss something? Reassurance bucket. Achievement. Collectibles. Exit, jump circle. Jump circle, we checked it. Oh, infinite hole. We haven't checked the infinite hole yet. So let's check it out. And somehow I skipped one of his lines. And it's sad. Opening. Rim surrounding area depth. Infinite. Hey. Hole entrance. Infinity. I love you to infinity.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
I'm not sure if I wanna fall forever. I don't wanna be alone forever, but I can be tonight. I'm a man
You see,
without a
isn't it
home.
wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Press G to return to the surface. Should we?
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
But what's gonna happen if we go later? I think the hole is getting
Stanley,
smaller.
I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity.
Oh!
From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
It's fine.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite?
Oh my
If that works
God.
for you, then
He's
go ahead
so
and press the
funny.
teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on.
Okay.
I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
That was cute. Let's go back and check the new area that they opened. That's so fucking cool. Oh my gosh. What a great experience. That's new, free new thing. Everything is new. Oh my mama. So the button that says gym. Now they changed it. What about the screenshots? I took a screenshot. I don't know, maybe I... Stop. Enjoy new features. Here we go. Epilogue. Interesting, let's see it. Free achievement, mostly infinite hole, setting world champion. We did check the infinite hole and free achievement. Settings world champion. So what? What do you mean settings world champion? What's up with the settings? Oh my god, I cannot open it. Oh, here it is. Wait. I'm lost. Where do I go, guys? Do you know? I think I have to do something with the settings. Open the fucking door. Settings. Field of view, mouse sensitivity. But what can I do? I mean, I fucking have no idea. Controls. What if we do simplified controls? I'm confused. I am fucking confused. How do I proceed? Is this all? Stanley, bitch. Is that it? Exit. Here we go. What's Epilogue? I mean, we were there at Epilogue point, but we couldn't do anything there. Like, I understand what it is for. Let's go to exit.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to?
I
Ready
think
to move
so.
on now?
Yeah. Where are we moving though? No screenshots.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know
Yes.
it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
I am.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Ah!
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh, loading. What? Wait, I am confused. Are we gonna play Stanley Parable 2 or it's just an announcement? Subtitle size. Show subtitles. Show translation labels. Color labels. Player data. Okay. I mean, okay. Let's begin the game. Boy, this is so confusing. I fucking don't know what's happening.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
We know that.
No one had showed up to give him instructions.
Now
call
they
a
do
meeting,
have balloons.
Or even say hi.
That's the only
Never
change
in
that
all
I
his
see.
years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
A bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
All right. Let me go.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Fuck you. I'm not gonna go to the left.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Oh no.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Bucket
Stanley,
and a broom.
Can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket.
Yeah.
You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
Give it to
I
him.
can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying
my
to say
God.
here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Bathroom.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
A
You
collectible.
found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
All right. Let's go then. Down we go, down once more.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Electricity, 1, 2, Freddy's
Stanley
coming
and the
for
bucket
you.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Okay, let's go. I'll just follow what he wants me to do. Cause I don't wanna die.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
At least now it's not only Stanley but also the bucket. We're all in this together.
The monitors
Me
jumped
and the
to
bucket.
life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped. monitored like guinea pigs.
Also the
The
bucket.
bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
I just don't know what's up.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Yeah, it looks like right now everything is the same as in the beginning except of the
But here was the proof.
bucket.
The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past
Guys,
began
which
to
one
sink in,
should I
Stanley
press?
decided that this
On
machinery
or off?
would
What
never
do you
again
want?
exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world.
Should we
They
turn it
high-fived
off?
in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
What's the sassy comment? He won't say anything. How the fuck Bucket can say anything? Alright, let's turn it off, because if we turn it on, we would need to restart, but I'm curious, what's the continuation?
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over?
Yes, freedom.
Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support.
Eh! Why stopped?
What? Wait. What was happening?
Eh!
Why had the door stopped?
Fucking
Was Stanley
open!
and the bucket not about to be freed? An
Jesus
unbearable
Christ.
silence filled the room,
What do I do?
lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
Let's leave it there. No!
Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But
We
at
are
least
fucked.
he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Find out what? Bitch, this is the beginning.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Meeting today. Today? What? Figurine Finders Committee. Oh, let's go. Something changed. It's not blocked no more. Should we take the bucket? Let's
Stanley
take it.
lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
It's different. It's different.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
There will be a reward for finding them all. Trust the completionist's instincts. Small floating objects have appeared across the office. We have the synergy agenda. How can you tell you spotted one? What makes them float in the air? Who took these pictures of them? Oh my gosh, this is fucking funny. Maybe we are collectibles. Oh, that's deep. We can do it. Red room. Thank you, good luck. Jesus, that's fucking funny. No collectibles here.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Another
Number
miniature Stanley
2.
figurine.
3,
This,
guys.
you know,
This is
there
number
really must be
3.
a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Interesting. But don't close the door. Or will they close the door?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious.
Oh my god,
Without
there's
my
no
bucket,
more
I've gone truly
buckets.
mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me! The bucket!
Where are you?
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley! Find me!
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
The fuck?
This is the
Bucket
story
in
of
me.
a woman
What
named
he was
Mariela.
doing with the bucket. Jesus Christ. Jimmy, I have to
Mariela
go.
woke up on a
Hopefully it
day
will
like
be on
any
YouTube
other.
soon after the
She
live.
rose,
Thanks
got
for your
dressed,
time.
picked up her bucket
Alrighty,
of
see
comfort
you
and
next
security,
time. Thank you
and
for
walked to
being
her place
here.
at work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then
She has
collapsed
the
dead on the
bucket.
sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariela thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
This game is crazy. She was like, heck yes, I'm alive and breathing.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Whiteboard ending?
Stanley went
What?
around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Oh my gosh! Fucking game is crazy, guys. The Stanley Parable Ultra Bucket Edition,
The
right?
confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Whiteboard ending, that's it. Oh my.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Fuck no. Okay, let's go. Wait, what do I do though? Like, a large room, lots of boxes. Oh, a private but smelly place for an important person, someone both red and blue. What? Do you guys know where it all is? What's a private but smelly place for an important person? That's the restroom of my boss. That's the restroom for my boss.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1?
It's fucking
Let me sit on
great.
it. I'm sure it will come to me.
2 to go, because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss suffered loses, then that's what the boss chose. Bitch, I don't understand you. That's it from here. We still have to find 2 more, guys. Oh shit. I wonder where this elevator gonna take us. Is it gonna take us to heaven? I trade it all for a stairway to heaven. I don't think we're gonna get anywhere though. Or maybe we just have to wait. Still the same thing. I don't think we can go anywhere, huh?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Okay, but we still have to collect 2 more things. I don't know what is the smelly room. Oh no, wait. A smelly room for important person, we got it. But what is red and blue room?
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Red and blue. Maybe we can escape somehow if we start Detonation.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
A good question, but... We need collectibles.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs.
Well, we know
The
that.
bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly
It
burst
did.
into tears.
In the
as
previous run,
Stanley
it
cradled
did see
gently,
it.
reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
Yeah.
What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
And
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with
might be
emotions.
the room.
Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Mimega Village, if you can tell me how to get there, that'd be so cool. Red and blue doors.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
Oh shoot. Eagle or the dog. I mean, fuck eagle. Oh, it's pink flamingo. Pink
Stanley flipped through
flamingo.
one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility
Always
at all.
fascinated
It was a
me.
facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
This is it. This is another nice ending. Alright. Well, that
Stanley
was
had
cute.
never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
There's a person! There's a person! How do I get there? Should I take the bucket?
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
So, look, a large room, lots of boxes. I think it's if I turn right. Somewhere with red, both red and blue. That's the only one that we're missing, huh?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
What if we go down with the elevator? We never tried to go down, to be honest. Tidari. Oh. Come on. It's gonna be still the office, huh? Oh yeah, this elevator won't take us anywhere. Just anywhere. We're gonna try
Stepping
the other.
into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
Of course,
Yes,
bucket
this
is my
certainly the most
life.
logical explanation.
Oh, I thought there was some other passage, but unfortunately no. Oh yeah, we're gonna go and turn left where it says exit. Maybe the bucket will change this ending to something else. We're gonna see in a little bit.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large
No.
door that read
No.
Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
How do you know? Maybe it's gonna be okay.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
We want.
At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Maybe we will survive. Who the fuck knows? No, same thing. Mimiga Village. Where's the door? Where's
As the
door?
machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Hey.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death. It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
The bucket. Welcome you to the grand exhibit.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
A bucket with two handles. This bucket is... Oh my god, this is so fucking funny. 25 buckets. Inferno bucket. A replica of the Inferno bucket, which is the medieval era, was so powerfully alluring. The stress bucket, an analogy. Cave drawing. Cave drawing with a bucket. Oh my.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Infinite hole. Infinite hole. Red and blue was in your first way. There was elevator platform in the air. Okay, when we die, we're gonna check it out.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
That was nasty. Poor Stanley. Poor bucket. Oh my. Okay, so here we are. What a first way you're talking about.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where's the person? There was a person.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
I fucking want large boxes. There should be a new
said the
collectible.
bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
We need a key card for this.
Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
I see the collectible. How do I get it? Oh my gosh. We did something. Danger everywhere.
No, stop.
Oh shit.
Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
No. Please, I wanted to go there.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket.
Okay.
Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
I told you.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 3. Is this a bucket?
I don't think so.
Incorrect. This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket?
It is.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
Oh my god. The fuck is happening?
Is this a bucket?
It is.
Correct. This is a bucket.
Told ya.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
No.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
What? Both? What?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
I'm holding it.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
What?
Okay, here we go. What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear?
Because everything is a bucket.
Was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket?
Yes.
Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue. But it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what. I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Oh my. But Mimiga Village, where's the
All of his
platform that I
co-workers
should
were
jump
gone.
on?
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, so I won't take the bucket this time. Let's see, I have to get this collectible.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I just want the collectible, that's it. Just
Stanley
the
was so bad
collectible.
at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Here it is. The
You're getting close
collectible.
now, Stanley.
The only
You've
one
nearly
left
gotten
was
all
the
of
red and
Figler
blue
and
thing.
Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
Alright. There's an exit.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Oh,
Good job,
shit.
Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Oh shit. Where's
How
the person
wonderful.
though?
Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
Let's try again. It says
When Stanley came to a set
no
of two
buckets
open doors, this
allowed.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge
it's
was
cute.
grand, majestic. Perhaps, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
no.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
And there it is, the last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
This is funny.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Wahaha! Wait.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
That's another good ending, huh? Alright, happiness is a butterfly, trying to catch it like every night. It escapes from my hands into moonlight. Every day is a lullaby. So what's up? Should I go? I'll proceed.
No, wait. Where are you going?
Nowhere.
Right. Where were we?
Boy, I'm gonna go.
Oh no! Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
But boy, is there gonna be anything here? It's just these things.
Good, good. We can't be too safe.
Mom,
Promise me you won't go back there. Just no.
No,
What
I'm
do we
gonna
talk
go.
about? You're risking everything we achieved here. You heard me before, didn't you? You will die.
We
What
did
about
not
this isn't
achieve
getting through
anything.
to you?
We did not
Please,
achieve
no,
anything.
Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Oh my god. Instead of being 16 and burning up a Bible, I'm feeling super.
No! Oh, thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
No.
No.
I love
No, what are you doing,
committing.
Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Because I won't die.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room.
No.
Can you do that for me?
I love
My God.
jumping.
Is this really how much you dislike my game?
I love
That
it.
you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
No. It's all good.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Alright. I think this time I'm gonna die, huh?
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Wow.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines. Those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life?
It was.
Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
Yes.
Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
Oh, okay.
I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
I collected them all. That's cute. The memory zone. What a nice place to live, huh? Just chilly willy, love it.
Here's where it all began.
Wait.
The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
There's another one. It's the 7th collectible. What do you mean? You gotta be bullshitting me.
And here was the second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own just by poking around behind the boss's office. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Boss restroom understairs.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini-Stan? Can you remember?
Both. Both.
No. The boss's bathroom was the 4th place you found a Figanley, not the 3rd. Well, I guess perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Memories like these are so precious and so cherished that they all just sort of blend together, don't they? You know what? If the boss's bathroom feels like the 3rd place you found a collectible, then who am I to go making judgments?
I'm sorry, I thought he was asking
Let's
me
see.
where.
What came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
No, you're bullshitting me. Oh my gosh, keep playing tricks.
This was the 5th mini-Stan, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Yes, that's what happened. Minister number 5. Hey.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Is it open now? It is. Oh. Remember this? Yes,
and then,
I do.
Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figly and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected.
That was
It was
fun.
a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Both lead to the same place.
And then there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Oh my gosh. Yuki boy, bon appetit.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Oh my, okay. What for though? He's being nasty.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this.
I did too.
I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going, I want more. And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched? Yes, I love that video.
Cute. Can I actually fall? No. Unfortunately, I can't. I wanted to see what's up in that door downstairs.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good
At
room,
all.
though. A solid room.
I already have 14 out of 6.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Yeah, it's not fun when it's like no reward, no nothing. I cannot go this way, unfortunately.
This was our second Figly. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
And this is the first one.
The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Yeah, the exhibition. The jump circle.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say, oh yes, the two doors! Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one. And before everything else, there was your office.
This is the very big. Oh my gosh, this game is crazy.
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's
Just
something
main
I feel I
menu.
can remember. I can remember.
Main menu.
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Wait, what?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Why they say it's the last one? Is it like legit the last one?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I want to see what's behind
And
the
here
red
it was,
door.
the lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I just want to see what's up.
Stanley was so bad at following directions,
red
it's
room.
incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten.
Oh my
You didn't think I was actually
gosh.
just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
He said it was the last one. Bullshitting me, huh?
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Okay, let's go. Let's see what's up.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
There's no one.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Where's the bucket?
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Oh my gosh. By the way, there are end credits on one of the forks. But where they are? Are we getting to the... Is there a way to get to the end? Because it's interesting. I mean, I'm just curious. We already playing like for 3 hours. Is it gonna end at some point or no?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
We already seen this ending. I don't know what's
This
happening.
mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
The
But here was the
question
proof,
is...
the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
It
It's
was
your
open
time
last
to shine.
time.
You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what
It was
precious
open
moments each
last
one of them
time.
is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? But you really believe there's an answer? How many times will you replay this bit, looking desperately for a solution? 10? 100? 1,000? I look forward to finding out and to watching the bomb go off each time you fail. Just you and me in the retching explosion of fire and metal over and over and over for all of eternity. And Stanley died again. And Stanley died again. And Stanley died again.
Yeah, I don't know how to beat
Take a look
it.
at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending.
It's okay, make
Just
it
you being
happen. I'm
broken
ready to
pieces.
die.
Will you cling desperately to your frail life? Or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke.
Oh,
And
I
believe
thought it
me,
was the
I will be
exit.
laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Ugh. No way to stop it, Mimiga Village says. It's a pity though, because it looks like there's some solution, but probably they're just bullshitting us. Alright, it
Stanley
goes
decided to
on
go to
and
the
on.
meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
He's not alone, there was someone else. Anyways, guys, we're gonna finish on it for today. Maybe we're gonna play it one more time, maybe not. But it's a nice game and I love it so much. It's so freaking exciting, and I see why everybody recommended this game and it has positive reviews. It's really, really cool. Input? Wait, what? Should I do it one more time? You see, even now, I want to continue doing stuff. Like, I don't know what's happening, but something is definitely...
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Interesting. Try the passage between first left and right door choice. That was from right door. Let's see. Try passage between first left and right door. That was from right door. Wait, so first passage.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the
This one
employee
is
lounge
first left,
first,
no?
just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, so this one.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I don't think I ever tried this elevator.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
He's playing.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Rustling papers.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Hey. Is it gonna kill me?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Oh my god, that game is so crazy. I love it. I just love it. Okay guys, that's it for today. Thank you all for being here. I really hope you enjoyed it. It was a nice thing, like this deluxe edition. I don't know if it was a joke about Stanley 2 or it's a real announcement, but that is what it is. And look, all the balloons
All of his
disappeared.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The bucket disappeared. Everything disappeared. Well, like in the complete reset. That's insane. Anyway,
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Is this a story I'm looking for? No, it's not.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Wait, what? Yuki, hi.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There's still no bucket.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
We missed bucket. I need my bucket, bitch.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Oh, shit.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
That's the place where the guy was walking. Fucking hell. I just won't stop
You
playing
see,
this game.
the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
The fuck is happening?
Cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Now it says a Stanley Parable.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
That's what I was doing the whole game, wondering about.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination.
I want
Whatever
it
it
to
might
be
be, Stanley.
by the ocean.
I'm ready for it.
Ocean.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine. Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision.
Oh my.
From here, the story is in our control.
Okay.
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going?
Yes.
And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct
Yes,
one.
finally.
Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Fucking crazy.
And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know,
I took a picture.
I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey.
'Cause we're
Though
here
they're
on
always
the
saying that life is about the
fourth
journey and not the
restart.
destination.
Find the
So I
confusion
hope
ending
that's where we
schedule,
are
narrator
right now.
restarts the game.
We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you... All of
back
his
to
co-workers were
Bucket.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, it's gonna be restarted again now. Look. No, there are doors.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Is that it? I
Yet
thought
there was not a single
we would
person here
continue
either. Feeling a
with the
wave of
confusion
disbelief,
thing.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door, just go.
This is confusing as fuck. Is this considered a restart? No. Yeah, Mimiga Village. Let's see the
Stanley
credits.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I thought the confusion ending
The
would
lights
continue,
rose on an enormous room
because
packed
we
with
have the whole
television screens.
schedule, and
What
it's like
horrible
8
secret
restarts.
did this place
I took
hold?
a picture and I
Stanley
tried to
thought
follow it,
himself.
but unfortunately
Did he
we
have the
cannot.
strength to find out?
Yeah, let's just see the credits, and then we're gonna finish it for today.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I don't have my bucket now, so maybe...
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
To air
No.
elevator
He refused to
platform.
believe
Okay.
it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this...
Ta-da! Why it's so silent again? I wonder if they're gonna give us the second time the freedom ending.
blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's
Yes,
command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
Is it the same as
Stanley
before?
stepped through the open door.
Kinda looks a little bit different.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Oh, it's absolutely the same as the first time. So, let's just go and see the credits. Here we are.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Maybe I should have taken the bucket with me.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Fuck that. Fuck that lady. She's not my wife. The narrator told me that I don't really have a wife, so I don't care.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
I did.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Yes, I am.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Ah, that's so funny.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Alright. Alright. Wait, why would I go back? I don't want to go back.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Oh, thank you. I cannot go there, but I can leave. Back to the two-door room.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Oh, will I?
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Okay. Here I am.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Aliens!
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Oh, I'm not.
Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead.
Should I
and you'll
go
be
to the
fine.
left door
All
or
right.
not? Mimic a village.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, let's go. We try too much going right.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
115. 115, bestie. 115.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115. Open the fuck up.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Bitch, I said Night Shark 115.
Okay, fine, you're not gonna do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way?
Blah,
Speak.
blah,
Say
blah,
something
blah,
to me.
blah.
Explain
Shut
yourself,
up.
you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Boy, that was crazy. Mimiga Village, thank you. That was a great ending. Oh my god. Just, oh
All
my
of his co-workers
god.
were gone. What could it
Alright
mean?
guys, now
Stanley
for
decided to
this
go to the
time,
meeting room. Perhaps he had
this
simply
is
missed a
it.
memo.
Such a great game. If you want to play it, it's on Steam. And yeah, like, we've been playing for how long? For 3 hours, 30 minutes. And you have... I'm pretty sure I haven't seen all the endings. Like, Jesus Christ. Wow. It's very entertaining. What can I say? Alrighty. Thank you all for being here. It was an amazing journey. And I'll see y'all tomorrow for the Council, episode 3. It's another amazing journey. That's what's up. Thank you all for helping me. Thank you, Mimiga Village. Thank you, Yuki Boy. And alrighty. Mwah. Have a great rest of the day. Bye, everybody.